Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Gemma and I'm coming to you as always from my home in Devon. This week we are having a little bit of a making vlog, weekend of WiPs, and I'm going to pass back to Gemma of a few days ago to tell you what's going on. Hello and welcome to a vlog style episode for my channel. My name is Gemma and I share all about my creative life here on YouTube. I live in Devon, we moved here a couple of years ago, and I'm slowly creating our perfect handmade home. It's a bit of a journey, it's a slow process, as you can see by my paint swatches on the wall. I have now chosen my paint colour, but that's irrelevant to this video, so we won't talk about that now. And I just invite you to share with me as I try new things. I try gardening, decorating, all these sorts of things, building a cosy handmade life, finding my style, which again might not be particularly relevant to you, but it's a fun journey and I hope you share it. In this video, I am going to do a weekend WiP challenge because I have 3, possibly 4 projects that are so close to being finished, and I want to see how much I can get done before I come and record my usual podcast on Monday. So let me show you the projects and talk about the goal. Project number 1, just by virtue of the fact that it's closest to me. God, my hair's gone wild. I didn't blow dry it today and it's just gone floofy. It's kind of humid. It's a humid autumn day. But anyway, where was I? Project number 1 is my son's flax sweater. I have bound off the bottom this morning. I used a loose bind off and it just looks frilly, so I'm hoping when I block it that will sort itself out. I have 2 sleeves to do, so in theory that is one that could easily be done by the end of the weekend. I'm using WiP Luxury Baby DK in Lion's Mane and Safari, and I just absolutely love the colours. I have stripes to blend them in, and I've got to do the sleeves. So there we are, that's project number 1. Project number 2 isn't that close to being finished really, I guess, but it's a simple enough project that really and truly I should just be able to sit and do it. I don't actually know what's going on with it at the minute, to be honest with you. It was a project that I was letting my students learn on, and I think that's the problem. But project number 2 is a bright red Christmassy cowl. It's going to go in my gift giving basket, just for gift giving, really, just for that. It is in Sirdar, I think Big Softy. I think it's Sirdar, it might be Stylecraft. And yeah, so that's going to have some work done on it today when I teach my class, and then I'll have to rip it back and start again. But again, it's a really simple cowl. In theory, I could sit there for an hour this evening, maybe an hour and a half, and bang that out, get that done. That's project number 2. Project number 3, I have not got with me, but it is this one. All I have to do on project number 3 is the hopscotch hoodie. I've had it on the go for about 4 years. I literally have the hood band to do and to sew the sleeves in and sew the hood on, and I'm done. So again, absolutely no reason why that shouldn't be done, maybe even this evening. I mean, the sewing up takes quite a while, granted, but that's the 3rd project that's very close to finishing. Project number 4 is this Christmas sock. As you can see, I have finished the gusset and I'm zipping down the foot, and this is for me. I've only got little feet, so really and truly I could get this done today in an evening or whatever. It's really quick to do. Obviously I'm not going to get all 4 of these projects finished by the time I sit down to record this time on Monday. I tend to record just after lunch, and it's 11:30 on Saturdays I'm talking to you now. They are 4 projects that are all very close to being finished, and I do have a finite amount of time. I'm going to go in a minute and catch a train and go and teach at Wool on the Axe, so that's 2.5 hours gone. And then obviously I've got a small child, I've got a family, we've got things we want to do. We're possibly going to an apple festival tomorrow. So it's not like I've got the whole weekend to just create and craft. And Monday, although I don't record till lunchtime, Mondays I do the school run, and I tend to do my weekly shop on a Monday as well, and do all my meal planning and other bits like that. And I also have my son's birthday invitations to do this weekend. I've promised myself I've promised myself that they'll be done, ready to give out this week. And I'll just share that with you now, because that's another project. I'm using this book. It's a 1,000,000 copy best-selling series for kawaii. I'm not sure exactly how to say it. I'm going to say it like Hawaii and say kawaii. How to draw really cute spooky stuff. My son wants a Halloween birthday party this year on Halloween, which is fine. And so I'm designing the invitations, and you can see I've drawn some pictures from the book. I don't think they've come out too badly, to be honest. So I've got to produce 7 of those and get them ready to send off. So I thought to myself it'd be nice for him to hand them out on Monday, but I don't know, we'll see how the pressure goes and where it takes me. So as I said, it's coming up for 11:30. In 15 minutes, I've got to leave and get on the train to go and teach. I think I'm obviously going to take this cowl with me because my students are going to be working on it. Whether I put a lifeline in or not to make ripping back easier this time, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So yeah, I'll be taking the cowl with me, and I think I'll probably take my son's sweater, because I could probably get a good chunk of this sleeve done as well. I'm not going to take the hood because that is picking up stitches, and sewing together I need to concentrate for that, so that might be a tonight job. So what I'll do is I will check back in at the end of my class at Wool on the X, or when I get off the train at the other end. I have actually booked a train to go to Wool on the X because it gives me 40 minutes of knitting time either side. So I'm looking at, well, it's 90 minutes. No, just under 90 minutes. So it's just under an hour and a half. Oh, I can't do the maths. Yeah, it gives me just under an hour and a half of knitting time on the train rather than driving, which obviously I would get no knitting time. And I will be doing a little bit of knitting while I'm at Wool on the X as well, because the students knit and I need something to do while they're doing their free knitting bit. And that's that. So join me, see how much I can do. I would love you to pop in the comments what you think I'm going to achieve by this time on Monday. So pause the video here and tell me what you think. I'm not a great one for finishing. I'm a great one for casting on, and I do flip between projects quite a lot. So my hope is that by having 4 projects that I'm trying to get finished, I'll at least make really good progress on some of them. And I really do. I've got a number in my head that I would like to finish by the time I record my podcast on Monday. Let me know your thoughts below, and I'll see you in a minute.
The next station is Newton Abbot. This is a Great Western Railway service to Exmouth.
Hello and welcome to another room that is subject to multiple paint swatches. I've got my autumnal vibes going on today. I'm checking in. I forgot to check in yesterday on my knitting progress. It is now 12:30 on Sunday, so 24 hours. Full disclosure, I'm not very well. The room is actually spinning as I'm talking to you, so I'm not going to be on here long. On my dog walk last night, I got about 2.5 inches down on the foot. It's not bad. And I also pretty much finished the first sleeve on Robin's sweater. Now, excuse me. Alan and I have found ourselves unexpectedly child-free today. My mother and father-in-law are taking Robin out to Paynton, and they're going to the beach and the park and the arcades, and he's going to have a wonderful time. And actually, Alan and I are super grateful. Now, usually in a situation like this where we find ourselves, well, we're not often child-free, to be fair, but if we had something like this, like automatically we'd be like, okay, we need to clean the house, do the laundry, do loads of jobs. But we are both feeling really run down, so that's not happening. So I will check in again. Yeah. Why does this always happen when there's time to actually do stuff? Oh well. Hi, I am in full-on fake it till I feel it mode now for this update. I am feeling super rubbish, but despite all that, I've had a lovely afternoon. Robin had a great time with his grandparents. They came back about 3:15-ish or 3:45, something like that. And I have spent the afternoon binge watching darling Desi's channel. If you've not heard of her channel before, go and check it out. It's very cinematic. It's really beautifully produced, and she's got like a whole playlist of fall videos, like fall starter packs and things like that, and it's just super cozy. So I've been hanging out on my bed. I've got my little pumpkin mug. I've got some stories that I'm reading at the minute, not that I've read any, and I've got a scented candle, and the vibe's just been it's been really lovely. I don't like the word the vibe. I think it's overused, and I've started using it, so I've got to do better and not use it, because it's just, I don't know, just does something for me. Anyway, I've got a little crafty update for you. In spite of everything, I have managed to finish the hood, and I know it's taken me hours, but slow and steady wins the race. I've plodded along, and look, it's pretty cute. Ready? I really like that. And if it fits me, it should fit my nephew. Whether the rest of the jumper fits my nephew or not remains to be seen, but we'll get there in the end. So yeah, I've basically just been binging that. But it is now time to think about dinner, and all I've got to do left on this jumper now is sew it together, which is not a job for when I'm doing bedtime and I've got my son jumping all over me and we're doing dinner and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to do one of two things, as I did finish the first sleeve, of course. I am either going to pick up and reattach the yarn for the second sleeve, or I'm going to get a bunch done on my Christmas sock. I'm not sure which, but I'm really impressed, because despite everything, despite being busy, despite teaching, despite being like falling asleep at silly o'clock, despite having a 2-hour phone call with my friend, which was just awesome. It's this guy's mum. We have been doing video notes for the past, possibly coming up to a year now, for Waffle Wednesday, which is just lovely. But we actually had a proper phone call, and we had like 2 hours on the phone. So despite all of that, there's the door, I've still managed to get the sleeve done on that sweater. I'm so close to finishing that sweater, and I've finished all the component parts of the rainbow one, and I'm doing quite well on the socks. So I'm amazed at just how close I am to getting all these projects finished, ready for lunchtime tomorrow when I record my podcast. I'm excited to see how much more I can do. And yeah, I'll catch up with you in a bit. So here we are, back in the present. It is Monday the 29th of September. And I'm just here to round off the vlog. I haven't recorded a proper podcast today, despite the fact I kept saying, I'm going to record a podcast, I'm going to record a podcast. And before I record the podcast on Monday, I haven't actually recorded one. And I'll tell you for why. It's because I am finishing up my walk 100 kilometres in September for SANS challenge. So that's the Stillbirth and Neonatal Death Society. I have raised just over £100, which feels pretty good. It's a very worthwhile cause. It supports families who are going through infant loss, miscarriage, infant bereavement. And it was an absolute lifeline to us. So actually it was a beautiful day. Having had weeks and weeks of rain, it was such a glorious day today. I did the weekly shop and I got home and I was like, do you know what? I need to be outside. So I phoned a friend and we went off and spent most of the day walking around a country park and photographing mushrooms and chatting and watching swans and their cygnets, and just generally being outside and enjoying it. And it was worth it because I got another 6 kilometers done. I've got 9.25 kilometers to go by the end of play tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. I was quite ill on Sunday. So anyway, enough about that. There's not a proper podcast. This is it this week. I hope that's okay. Tough if it isn't, because that's all I've got for you. I'm really sorry. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. So I'm going to show you how far I got with everything, and then we'll just have a little quick round off and I'll let you get back to your day. And yeah, I do hope that you have enjoyed your time. Right, so as I alluded to in the last bit of vlog that you saw, I have completed everything for this sweater. I was very hopeful to have sewn the thing together today. That was going to be my plan. It was going to be, you know, do my jobs and then sit in and watch maybe Desperate Housewives, or I have started a new series called High Potential. It's new to me. I think it's been going for a little while. It's got the actress who is from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia in. Basically, it's kind of a Goodwill Hunting / House / Sherlock vibe. You've basically got this cleaner who's got an incredibly high IQ, and she interferes with someone's police investigation, basically solves it, and ends up being hired as a consultant to the LAPD. I think it's I think it's Los Angeles. Is that right? LAPD. It's quite a fun thing to watch. It's not too gory and gruesome. Obviously, it is a crime thing, and she is in the homicide department, so there is an element of that. But that was my plan. But as I've told you already, I went out for a lovely walk. So anyway, if I kind of hold it in place, I wonder if that will do the job. And you get the idea. I can't hold it in place, but there's the hood anyway. It's there with a little touch of rainbow around the edge, which actually I think is really effective. And then the sleeves. So I might be doing that tonight. That might be tonight's job. The next one I've got to show you is just over here, so bear with. Okay, so here's the next one. It is my son's flax sweater, and I did pick up the sleeve and get a fair whack of the sleeve done. I lost at Yarn Chicken. It was ever so close. Do you see how little I've got left over there? That much of the lion's mane. And I did think, oh no, I'm going to have just one line of yellow on that side, because I'm not buying a whole new ball for one round of knitting for 22 stitches. I'm not doing that. But then I went through my boxes of yarn under the bed and I found I've actually got 2 lion's manes left. So I'm going to dig into this one for the I'm going to dig into it for the 22 stitches I need to do, and then finish off the sleeve, and that should be quite an easy one to do. I've got enough for the safari park. What I'm then going to do with these 2 balls of lion's mane, I'm not entirely... It's a very noisy bird. Very strange sound. Anyway, it's the burr months are upon us, so maybe there's the crows. So maybe we're getting some kind of autumnal bird sounds going on. Oh, it's a big one. So I'm really distracted by a crow. So if you've got any ideas as to what I could do with 2 balls of Bo Peep, there aren't any babies in my life at the moment. I don't think there are going to be. It's a really nice colour, but I don't just want this satin stash. I'm kind of tempted to just donate the 2 balls to the charity bin. But yeah, anyway. So I don't know how much yarn has gone out in September yet. We are only on the 29th. I will try and get these finished by the end of day tomorrow. So that means these will also count for my December. So it was 465 grams for my Emmanuel tea. And then this is going to be probably about 300 grams, I think. I've used 3 balls of the lion's mane, 2 balls of safari, so that's 250 to 300 grams for this jumper. And then this one has used 3 balls of the grey, which is 300 grams, and about half a ball of the rainbow, so that's about 350. So 350, call it 300 for that one, so that's 650 plus the 460. It's over a kilo out this month. Plus I have been doing really well. I did this on my walk today. I mean, I couldn't knit exclusively because of the terrain and carrying doggy poo bags around and things, but this is my Christmas sock. I've got 42 rounds before the toe, and I think I'm on about 38 or 30. I might be on 30, sorry. I think I might be on 30 from the gusset to there. And then that'll be a pair off the needles, and that will go into September's count as well. So I think I will get these 3 done by the end of the day tomorrow. I think it's perfectly reasonable that I can do that. It may be a case of me doing doing this on a walk. So yeah, I will be back next week, which will be the 6th of October, with the September stash stats, and tell you how much I've actually used up. There has been some come in, so I'll leave that one with you to fathom out what you think might have come in. Thank you to everyone who's joining in the Fall Shawl Make Along on the Facebook group. I'll put the link again down below. It's not a group, sorry, it's a page, so it's public. That is something to bear in mind. People can see what you're commenting on that page, so if you don't want that, then maybe post it anonymously, or if it's a gift for someone, maybe keep those details off. But yeah, when I've got these off the needles, I'm really excited to dig out my snow day shawl and get that finished off. It's about a third of the way there, and there may also be another shawl cast on happening soon. So yeah, so that's it for this week. I hope that you have enjoyed the vlog. Thank you so much for your lovely comments about my unedited podcast last week, and next Monday I will be back with a regular episode for you, and at some point over the next week or so my getting ready for autumn vlog will also be going up as well, and it will just be maybe my September recap and getting ready for autumn all in one. I haven't done the July or August recap yet, which is a bit silly because now we're in October. And I was looking through my footage and pictures, and I was thinking I really do want to do that. But anyway, we'll see. Because that's more for me, the kind of diary entry type things, isn't it? I'm waffling now. So enough waffles. I'm going to go and cook dinner. Your code word for today is waffle. Why not? Let's have waffle as your code word for today. I will see you in the comments, and I'll see you around here next week. Take care. Bye.